Today's big story, Kindle version 2 is announced by Amazon.
And RadicalCodex hits beta 3.
Okay, so today Amazon announces the Kindle 2, which you and I are both big fans of the Kindle.
Big fans of the Kindle. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty big fans of ebook readers in general. I mean, I got the old Kindle right here, which is a great device.
I like how even there the text shows up on the screen, like you can see the text.
It does a really phenomenal job. I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, it's not going to replace a laptop or anything for reading all sorts of colored documents. And obviously, because it's the e-ink stuff, the refresh rate is crazy low. But just the same, it's very easy on the eyes, and the fact that I get like 80 billion years of battery life on one of these,
right?
I really can't complain about that. I mean, so we love the Kindle, but everyone had the complaints about the Kindle that these big buttons on the side here are just kind of chintzy feeling, and they're easy to hit.
push.
There's like a button that's the entire side of the device, so you hand it to someone, and they're like, "Oh, here, let me grab that." Click, new page. And so then they're all screwed up, and they're like, "What are you talking about? This page isn't funny at all."
Right.
This is something I had happen. So the new Kindle's out, and it's got a slightly refined look. It kind of looks iPod-y almost. I mean, I don't want to say iPod-y, but it's more square rounded.
With that metal backing it has, it's kind of got like the iPod Touch look to it.
Yeah, it really doesn't look too bad. I mean, basically, it's the same sort of thing. They got the keyboard down there at the bottom, just like in the current one, except the keyboard is now more of a straight, continuous, QWERTY.
Yeah, there's not that break in the middle.
Keys. It doesn't have the big break, and the keys aren't all this weird diagonal. I don't know if you can see that here, but I mean, it looks like pretty much the same device, just in a slightly modified form factor.
Yep.
And more storage, a whole heck of a lot more storage.
And I was happy to see that they're still including the EVDO modem, which I was positive Kindle Rev 2 would have dropped from it, because it just seems like such a loss leader.
It's a huge. I mean, that's a fantastic feature in these things. I mean,
always on internet,
absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, always on internet access that you don't have to pay for.
Comes with the device.
Holy moly! It's just fantastic. Now, I do have to say this: when we reviewed the Kindle, they had a service called Now. That was the coolest thing I have ever played with. It is not that useful. I'm going to be clear about this. But for coming up and entertaining yourself and asking stupid questions, it was great. What Now was it ties into the Amazon's Mechanical Turk website that basically said, okay, so you ask a question using your Kindle keyboard, and within a few hours you receive 3 answers from real people all over the world. So you could ask, how attractive is Bryan today? And you get 3 answers. You ask, is Chris looking silly, and why doesn't he shave his mustache? And you get 3 real answers.
Yep.
That is now discontinued, so now we cannot do that on either the old or the new Kindle.
And you'll never get the answer to the mustache question. It's horrible.
I did. I asked that, and the answer I got was no more now. It was very
turn off for you, sir.
But it looks the new Kindle does look very cool. We've been waiting for a while. I mean, there have been some news over the last couple of months relating to ebook readers. Specifically, we've had things from iRex. iRex came out with some updates to their ebook readers, which is this big herc of a beast.
It's a beast.
And this is the older model, but they came out with a newer, updated one as well. And so we've had some of that. But Kindle is really the one that's captured people's minds.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one that everyone has really just latched onto.
It's the one that gets all the buzz.
Because it's got Amazon. And so the Kindle's the thing. I'm very excited that the new one's out. Plus, it runs Linux. Very, very cool.
Yep. We've done a full review of the Kindle Rev 1, which a lot of it will apply to the new Kindle. And you can find that if you go to jupiterbroadcasting.com, just search for Kindle review in the little search bar, and you'll find it.
Yeah, it's very, very much worthwhile. Now, I don't know, did you have anything you wanted to add to the Kindle 2?
No, I'm thrilled. It's super thin. It looks very nice. It has the cosmetic changes that I wanted. I'm still not quite sure about the placement of the buttons, and they have a new navigation button instead of the scrolling wheel that's on the current Kindle. I think that's an improvement,
the scrolling wheel. The little scrolling wheel on the side here. You get this little, people call it like the little silver pixie or whatever.
Yep.
It's the most adorable little thing ever.
Yeah,
so
and that's gone now.
I'm glad I've got the Kindle Rev 1 because honestly, I really like the Kindle Rev 1. So,
one thing I heard people mention is that rubber backing, and this is ideal for you, Bryan. That rubber backing on the Kindle Rev 1 gives it some traction when you put it on the back of the toilet. Right.
That
Get
is
the metal
actually
now.
true.
That makes it slippery on that toilet.
It does actually give tracking on the back of the toilet. That is very, very true. But now here's the downside. Now, if you've got a rubber backing and you go and sit on the toilet, well, that's kind of weird because what if it gets a little wet, you know? Like, that's weird. But if it's an all silver aluminum,
Wipe
you're
that sucker
okay with
off.
that. And it's not too big of a deal. The rubber, I don't know if you want to get that wet. Anyway, unrelated topic. Either way, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Right.
So, but yeah, so basically, you know, it does put the Kindle more in line with the Sony
Yep.
readers in terms of slickness. It makes it more of a slick, unified look.
Much
which,
nicer style.
Which, I mean, people are going to get into that. So so hopefully they said that they're shipping in bulk, much more so than they did with the Kindle Rev 1, which that was a big problem, was no one was able to get the first version of it. So hopefully that comes out well.
I agree. I'm excited.
Now, all these ebooks are great. But what about the software to manage all of our ebooks and comic books? What do you think? Should we have something like that?
You got to have some way to get all of your great content on your computer and manage it on your computer, and then also get it on your devices.
How do you get it on
If only there was some way, Brian.
What a pain. If only there was some way. Well, luckily, RadicalCodex Beta 3 is out, which now has full support for the Kindle and the Sony PRS505.
Beta 3 already. So tell everybody, RadicalCodex.
So
some people might not know.
For those of you who are not familiar, we talked about this a little bit on the Linux Action Show, for those of you who are listeners of that show, probably about 6 or 7 months back, where we said, you know what, here's a niche that Linux could do very well in basically saying here is a literate platform.
Right.
Where the people are smart. Let's say, okay, you know, the Macs are like, okay, we're really good at photo and video, whatever. When it comes to reading, if you know how to read, you should run Linux. So we came up with this whole thing where we're going to say, okay, we're going to create this application called RadicalCodex. The name has changed a few times, but that's what it is now. And basically says, here's where you put all of your comic books, all of your ebooks, your novels, your PDF tech files, your O'Reilly books, whatever. Put it in one place, organize it, sort it, search through it, read it with, you know, bookmarking capabilities and all sorts of other features, but also be able to sync it to your portable ebook readers. Now, for those of you who have a Kindle, that is a major pain in the butt because the Kindle only supports like 3 formats and 2 of them are retarded. It supports text files, Amazon's proprietary AZW files, and Mobi Pocket files, which nothing against AZW or Mobi Pocket, but they're not exactly open standardized formats. So we need a way to be able to transfer, say, a PDF file over to the Kindle so that you can annotate it and use it. In order to do that, it has to become plain text. So what RadicalCodex can do is take a PDF file, text file, whatever, convert it to a text file, format it properly, send it over to the Kindle with one nice little drag and drop, that sort of thing.
I love the drag and drop and the automatic conversion feature with the formatting. That's key. That's so huge.
Automatic. That's the whole point, is you just want to read your book. I don't want to friggin' sit down, load up 3 command line utilities, and then maybe I'll kind of sort of have something that looks right. I want to just be able to say, I want to read Slaughterhouse 5, and I want to drag that to my Kindle. Boom, it's right there.
And plus, with the built-in search to RadicalCodex, you search for the book you want, you drag and drop.
You drag and drop, and it's just right there. And, you know, it takes like a split second, and it's over. And now, of course, one of the things we're adding is, of course, the Kindle 505 supports reading PDF files.
Right.
So, which means it can do images very nicely, which means I'm working on converting comic books for reading on the Sony PR505.
That's going to be wicked.
That's in the next beta, so that you can take Iron Man with you wherever you go. It'll be in black and white because it's e-ink, but you know what? If you go if you can find the old Iron Man or the old EC comics or anything, most of those are in black and white anyway. Right. So looks great on these sorts of things.
All right, so where do people go to get more info?
Go to radicalbreeze.com, all one word, or you can go check out my blog at lunduke, LUNDUKE.com, and I blog about there constantly and incessantly, and if you really want to read what I have to say constantly, that's a really good place for that. So, yeah, go check it out for more info. This is commercial software, so it is causing a little bit of a controversy among certain circles.
And it's Linux only for right now.
It is Linux only.
Forever? For right now? Who knows?
That's the plan. That's the plan. So it's Linux only. It's not evil, but it's commercial. And the whole point is we're going to release a commercial app. We're going to put commercial support behind it. It's going to be commercial quality. It's going to be high quality. And, we're going to work nicely with all the open source tools that we interact with. So, It's a good thing. It's a good thing overall.
I like it.
Plus, if you're grabbing a new Kindle, you're probably going to need something to sort all your books out with. So probably should be Radical Codex. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying if I'm going to be pimping something right now, I might as well pimp that because I had something to do with it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Something, little something.
I had a little something to do with it. Yeah. All right. That's all I'm saying.
Well, is that everything?
That's all I had today. The Kindle 2 is very cool. That's the primary thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out the Kindle 2, go check it out right now. It is very, very cool.
I want to get my hands on the Kindle 2. When it comes out, I really want to check one out.
The poor suckers that's been in line for like original Kindle Rev 1 for the last 2 months because they've been back ordered forever.
I know.
And you don't want a Kindle 2, go log into your Amazon account right now and cancel your order because all of the orders have been auto upgraded to Kindle 2.
Right.
So
there you have it.
That's all I got for this big story.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching this episode. You can find more over at JupiterBroadcasting.com.